Did you know that the person you trust the most with your child could be hiding the darkest secrets? In today's chilling episode, we uncover the real-life story of the babysitter who turned out to be the killer. This is more than just a headline, it's a terrifying reminder of how trust can be manipulated, and how appearances can be deceiving. Make sure to stick around until the end, because reason number one will absolutely shock you. It's something no one saw coming. This isn't just a story, it's a wake-up call. Let's dive into one of the most disturbing babysitter cases in recent history. In 2022, the small, quiet town of Cedar Falls, Iowa, was shaken to its core when news broke that 17-year-old babysitter Emily Turner had been arrested for the murder of 5-year-old Mason Clarke. Emily was a straight-A student, beloved by neighbors, and often described as the girl next door. Parents trusted her. Children adored her. She had babysat over a dozen families in the area without a single complaint, but behind that sweet smile was a ticking time bomb of trauma, obsession, and untreated mental illness. According to neighbors, she always seemed too perfect, and as we would soon find out, she was hiding something horrific. This case would expose the dark underbelly of youth mental health and how our systems continue to miss the warning signs. It was a rainy evening on September 18, 2022. The Clarkes were attending a charity event and left Mason in Emily's care for the evening. She had babysat him several times before, nothing out of the ordinary. But this night was different. Around 10:45 p.m., Emily called 911 in a panic, claiming Mason had gone missing while playing hide and seek. Police rushed to the scene, and within 30 minutes, found Mason's lifeless body hidden in the basement crawlspace, covered in a blanket with clear signs of blunt force trauma. The home showed no signs of forced entry. No strangers. No break-in. The only person with him that night was Emily. Investigators quickly became suspicious. And as more facts came to light, the truth became more disturbing than anyone imagined. Police dug into Emily's past, hoping to understand how a promising teen could commit such a horrific act. What they discovered was shocking. Emily had been expelled from her previous school for violent behavior. Though the incident was sealed because of her age, she had a history of harming small animals, an early sign of what psychologists call the McDonald triad, a set of behaviors often linked to future violent tendencies. Therapists had warned Emily's guardians about her unstable moods and disturbing drawings she made as early as age 13, but due to a lack of consistent follow-up and her charming persona in public, those warnings were never taken seriously. The more police uncovered, the more it seemed this wasn't an accident, it was premeditated. So why did she do it? The motive still baffles many. But forensic psychologists offer a chilling explanation. Emily had developed what's known as reactive attachment disorder, a condition often linked to early trauma, neglect, or abuse. She lacked emotional empathy, and her journal entries revealed disturbing fantasies of harming children. Even more shocking, she reportedly felt jealous of how much attention Mason got from his parents. One entry read, "They treat him like he's gold. I'm nothing. Maybe if he wasn't here, someone would finally see me." This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment rage, it was calculated, personal, and terrifying. Emily Turner's trial began in early 2024, and it was one of the most watched cases of the decade. Prosecutors painted her as manipulative and dangerous. Defense attorneys argued she was mentally ill and failed by the system. Psychiatrists testified that Emily had repeatedly warned counselors about her dark thoughts, but no one took her seriously because she seemed normal. After 6 weeks of testimony, the jury returned a verdict, guilty of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to 35 years to life in a juvenile facility, eligible for parole only after 25 years, but the impact of her actions will haunt the Clarke family and the Cedar Falls community forever. This tragic case isn't just a horror story, it's a critical lesson for all parents and guardians. We often overlook red flags because of convenience or trust built over time. But vigilance is key. Background checks are essential, even for neighborhood teens. Regularly check in with your child, how they feel, what they experience, what they observe. Notice if a babysitter becomes overly possessive or tries to isolate your child from others. Technology can also help. Baby monitors, nanny cams, and regular calls during babysitting hours can be powerful tools. Above all, listen to your gut if something feels off. Don't ignore it. In 2025, child safety experts are pushing for stricter vetting processes for teenage babysitters. Several states, including Illinois and Washington, have proposed legislation requiring mental health evaluations for minors providing childcare services. Organizations like the American Academy of Pediatrics now recommend annual training and mental health screenings for teen caregivers. Social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram have also come under fire for glamorizing young babysitters without context or training. The Emily Turner case is now being used as a cautionary example in child psychology and criminology. Courses nationwide. Parents today are more cautious than ever, and the dialogue around child safety is finally evolving in meaningful ways. Sadly, the answer is yes. Cases like Emily's aren't as rare as we'd like to believe. Between 2018 and 2024, the FBI reported over 70 cases in the U.S. involving minors harming children they were babysitting. In most of these cases, the caregivers showed early signs of mental illness or social detachment but were overlooked. It's a painful reminder that child protection goes beyond background checks. It requires awareness, education, and early intervention. Many experts believe schools should incorporate mental health screenings into regular checkups, especially for teens in caregiving roles. Prevention begins with knowledge, and stories like this one are crucial in starting that conversation. So here it is, the number one most shocking truth of this entire case. Emily was on a watch list at her high school, but due to privacy laws and poor communication between agencies, the Clarks were never warned. That's right, the warning signs were there, but no one connected the dots. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a tragedy, it was a system failure, and until we prioritize communication, training, and mental health support, stories like this will continue to haunt our headlines. So next time you hire a babysitter, ask yourself not just, are they available, but are they truly safe? If this story gave you chills, or made you rethink your approach to child safety, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with others. Let's spread awareness, because one informed parent could prevent the next tragedy. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should teenage babysitters be more regulated? Do you believe this could happen in your neighborhood? And until next time, stay aware, stay safe, and stay informed.